Coming up, we'll tell you what we know about a car versus motorcycle crash in southwestern Sioux Falls.
Plus, a final resting place for veterans in eastern KELOLAND. We take you to the newly opened cemetery. Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day. A Pine Ridge woman accused of smashing the fingers of her victims in order to get opioids from their pain prescriptions has reached a plea deal with prosecutors. French-owned One Horn is pleading guilty to health care fraud, fraudulently obtaining drugs, and 2 counts of assault, resulting in a serious injury. According to the criminal indictment, 3 of her victims had fingers amputated because of their injuries. Sioux Falls police are investigating a car versus motorcycle crash in southwestern Sioux Falls. It happened just before 4 Monday afternoon near 69th Street and Western Avenue. Police tell us 2 people on the motorcycle were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. We hope to learn more at this morning's police briefing. You can watch it live right here on KELOLAND.com starting at 10:30. Turning to weather now, warm, maybe even hot temps are making their way into KELOLAND. Let's see how hot it might get with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
Well, good morning, everybody. We are looking at temperatures that will continue to warm as we go through the work week, and along with it, we'll watch for increasing humidity, too. By the time we get into this coming weekend, temperatures will warm to the 90s, maybe some lower 100s, with higher humidity as well. And it looks like this heat will continue as we do go through next week, and this is happening with dry skies as well. And Brian Carstens will have more details on the KELOLAND Live Doppler forecast coming up. Thanks, Scott. Neil McIntyre is a Vietnam War veteran. Every year, he and members of the American Legion in Winfred would gather at the local cemetery and pay their respects. However, as the years went on, members passed away and the Legion disbanded. Now it's just him, his wife Linda, their kids, and their grandchildren who celebrate.
It's more just the family, yeah. Our grandkids help every year with it. They enjoy that, and they help put out the flags every year, and some community members help too.
They recite the Pledge of Allegiance, sing the Star-Spangled Banner, say the name of those who served, and then Neil acts as a one-man firing squad. 100 shows up for Monday for a ribbon cutting and opening ceremony at the South Dakota New Estate Veterans Cemetery. The cemetery project was funded through a grant from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs and general funds from the state of South Dakota. Army veteran John Pearson will be among the first to be buried at the new cemetery. Pearson passed away in January, and his family has been waiting for the cemetery to be ready. His wife Jan and their daughter Susan attended yesterday's ceremonies.
It's just going to be so nice to have him here.
I think it gives more sense of a closure that he's here and he's not out west. And it's beautiful out there. My uncle's out there and it's beautiful, but closure is huge, and that's what we're waiting for.
The new cemetery is located just north of I-229, I-90 interchange off Slip Up Creek Road. And that's a look at some of today's top stories. Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Carstens. Brian?
All right, weather today, it looks like for the most part temperatures on their way into a fairly mild range, upper 70s and low 80s. We have been watching a couple of these shower areas in the far west. They've been yielding a couple hundredths of an inch, maybe 4 or 5 hundredths in a few isolated spots. Similar things may occur here a little later today. Again, there's pretty subtle signature, but with this weak disturbance moving through, we will account for that, at least verbally mentioning it. Hourly temperatures at 5 o'clock there between 75 and 80 degrees, pretty common. And again, as noted there around Aberdeen, maybe a slight chance of an evening shower. Tomorrow, Sioux Falls kind of gets itself into that same position where there's an outside chance of an isolated shower. We're close to 80, though, in Sioux Falls tomorrow, middle 80s in Pierre, and we're going up from there. We've got a big heat wave coming into the northern plains. Take a look at the origins of that coming in from the west coast. And once it arrives in the plains, it looks like temperatures are going to soar, in some cases 15 to 20 degrees above normal. And so for this time of the year, that's going to yield 90-degree weather, and in a few spots there could be some isolated 100s. That's hot. That's hot any time of the year, but especially now as we go into early June. Here's your 7-day forecast. The other takeaway, lack of rain. I know many folks are wondering about that, you know, and as we continue to kind of process through this, we'll give you more perspective as time goes on. But we want to make sure you're checking in on our forecast as we will be analyzing next week pretty carefully. You go 7 days without rain, and obviously you're going to need rain pretty quickly with these kind of temperatures in Aberdeen. 90s starting on Friday. That lasts into Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. At this point, we're also forecasting Pier to hit 100 on Saturday, slightly backing down on Sunday and Monday, but still way above normal. Overnight lows are coming up. There will be some humidity tossed into this whole equation. East River, I would imagine West River, not as much. 90s also in your forecast for Friday and Saturday in Rapid City. Check out the details with our Storm Center update posted right now at KELOLAND.com.